And we welcome you inside of the Panther Den, getting set for Mountain 8 Conference basketball on this Tuesday night. George Young alongside of our fantastic FPSN crew. It's the East Henderson Eagles and the Franklin Panthers doing battle tonight on the varsity basketball side. These two teams met back in December with the Panthers coming out victorious. We're about to have the Lady Panthers introduced. We'll head down and check in with our public address announcer, Becca Brooks, as the lights go out here in the Panther Den.
All right, Panther fans, let's get on your feet and welcome your Lady Panthers. Starting at guard, a junior, wearing number 1, Riley Green. Starting at guard and a junior, wearing number 2, Layla Malloy. She's your point guard and a sophomore, wearing number 10, Bristol Brooks. She's your center and a sophomore, wearing number 24, Finley Muffet. And she's a forward and a senior, wearing number 32, Malia Mason.
That's the starting lineup for the Panthers. Mentioned these two teams met back in December. They did on the 12th with the Lady Panthers coming out victorious 63-33, a 30-point victory in East Flat Rock. Panthers are looking to break a 2-game skid in the Mountain 8 Conference after losses to Smoky Mountain and to West Henderson last week. Panthers coming off 3 consecutive on the road. A win at North, loss to Smoky, and a loss to West Henderson for acting head coach Justin Moffitt. You see him cleaning up the floor. Some stuff on the floor there. They're thrown on the floor. Now some players are cleaning up. I don't know what they're getting off the floor. But we're just about set to tip this one off. It's going to be Moffitt, Finley Moffitt, that will jump center against Mammy Hill and the East Henderson Eagles that come in at 5-12 and 3-4 in the Mountain 8 Conference. Panthers get the opening possession. We are underway here at the Den. Glad that you're with us on YouTube and Facebook of the Franklin Panther Sports Network. Driving baseline is Riley Green. She's going to look to dish, and it's knocked away. Coming down court, Hill. Hill to the hole, and Mammy Hill able to get the bucket to go and get the scoring going here for the East Henderson Eagles. As it is Bristol Brooks that'll bring it up across that timeline. Feet underneath. It's Malia Mason off the glass. Ties it at 2 apiece. It's Mammy Hill for Tammy George. And the East Henderson Eagles has it. Spins a pass underneath. That was knocked away. She was trying to find Julia Smithson. It's last touch by Lady Panthers, so it'll stay with the East Henderson Eagles that are dressed in black tonight with green trim. Panthers in their familiar home white uniforms. Inbounds pass and the quick shot off the mark. Panthers outlet pass up court. Riley Green counted in 1 for Riley Green. One shot at the charity stripe. She can't get it to go. Shot off the mark. And it's the East Henderson Eagles that will have the rebound. Bringing it up, it's Hill across that timeline. She's going to pull up and can't hit. Long rebound. It's going to be secured by an Eagle, and then they'll whistle a foul on Franklin. Foul going against the Panthers' Riley Green. That'll be the first on Green and the first on the Panthers. High pass, secured by the Eagles. They'll run the offense now. As it's Leila Henderson, that'll hand it off to Hill. Hill going to swing it over. That one's kicked. They'll reset. And it goes to Mammy Hill across that timeline. Hill tries to drive in, going to kick it over. It's Henderson. Henderson gives it up. Baseline jumper well off the mark as Malia Mason's there to grab the rebound. Off to Bristol Brooks. She is off to the races. Kick it over to Malloy. Back top it goes. Bristol Brooks, a three. Got it. And we've got a whistle and we've got a timeout on the floor. It is Coach Tammy George of the East Henderson Eagles that want to talk it over quickly. Trailing 7-2 with 5:53 left in the first quarter. Coach Hill, you see her coaching up her players here early on in this one. Mountain 8 Conference, pretty much the halfway point for every team. Here are the standings. Pisgah at the top of the conference, 7-0. You see Franklin and East Henderson there in the middle of the pack at 4 and 5. East will have possession out of the timeout. Hill comes into the front court. She's going to stop and pop and hit. Mamie Hill nails the three. Cuts it to just a 2-point edge for the Lady Panthers. Malia Mason has it. Feeds underneath. Finley Moffitt can't get it to go. Got her own rebound. Fight for it. Kicks it out. Bristol Brooks. Into the corner it goes. A three is up. In and out. No good for Layla Malloy. East comes out with the rebound. On the dribble, it's Hill. Can't get it to go. Fight for it. Tie up. Possession arrow going to stay with East Henderson. East will reset underneath their own bucket this time, as they have to get some of their players that had already gone down to play defense to come back. And it goes left corner. Henderson, no, Jack can't hit. No, she did. It finally went down. Rolled around there for a moment. It's a three to give the East Henderson Eagles an 8-7 advantage. Layla Malloy kicks it over into the corner. It's Malia Mason. Mason gives it up. Riley Green, who drives in, finds Finley Moffitt on that low block. And Moffitt able to give the Panthers a 9-8 advantage. Kyra Bass dribbling around, tiptoeing that baseline. It's knocked out of her hands, and it's going to stay with East. I've already have a number that I don't have on my roster that is checked in for East Henderson. Came directly off Max Preps. Ball knocked away. Brooks, outlet pass to Green. Can't get it to go underneath. Mamie Hill with some issues, and she's going to travel with it. Guarded closely by Riley Green. Wooten's going to check in for Coach Justin Moffitt. 3:52 left in the first. Bristol Brooks, you see her bringing it up court. Finley Moffitt had it briefly, lost it. Layla Malloy has it, swings it over to Brooks. Brooks going to give it back over left side. A three wouldn't go for Layla Malloy. And the offensive board, the stick back wouldn't go. But we got a foul, and we got some shots upcoming for Wooten. Bailey Wooten, 2 shots at the stripe. Foul whistled on Lindsay. First one up and good. First foul on East Henderson with 3:33 left in the first. Laura Barcelos has checked in for Coach Tammy George and East Henderson Eagles. Second one up and good for Bailey Wooten. Panthers up 11-8. 3.5 left, first quarter. Mamie Hill on the dribble. It's triple teamed and gets bailed out with a foul. That'll be just the second on Franklin, so no shots as that one was on the floor. First one on Finley Moffitt. That'll be her first team second. We got some subs coming in for Coach George at East Henderson. Bass comes in for Henderson. Henderson takes a seat. Bass triggers, gets it in to Barcelos. She gives it up to Hill, and we got a traveling violation. Bristol Brooks runs the point, swings it into the corner. Now it is Bailey Wooten. Wooten finds Brooks, drives, feeds Moffitt. Back out it goes. Now in the paint, Newsom. No, but there to follow. It's Bailey Wooten. We've got another whistle on the floor. Another timeout going to be called by East Henderson and Coach Tammy George. 30-second timeout for Coach George. She'll talk to her troops once again as we approach 3 minutes left in the first quarter. Glad that you're with us. 13-8 Lady Panthers trying to break a 2-game losing streak after losing to Smoky and to West. A high-scoring game at West on Friday night, 70-67 the final. One of the most prolific nights for the Panthers shooting. They scored 70 back on Saturday, December 27th in that tournament, but scored 67, but couldn't get the victory. And if you watch the Lady Panthers throughout the year, scoring has been an issue at times. Panthers pick up in the backcourt now and almost cause a turnover. It'll be Bass to trigger into Hill. Hill going to be double teamed. Now into the front court, more issues. Barcelos has it, quickly gives it up to Mamie Hill. She gets double teamed. Hill lost control of it. Out of bounds, it'll stay with East Henderson. Lila Henderson will check back into the game for East. And a turnover. Bristol feeds underneath and back out. 3 for Green. It's off the mark. Here come the Eagles. Mamie Hill going to lose control, and it's going to be off of a Lady Panther. I believe went off of Layla Malloy's leg. 2:15 left. Henderson looks to get it in. Now a double team. Back it goes Henderson. Henderson tries to feed underneath, knocked away by Wooten. Panthers ratcheting up the defensive pressure. Now a turnover. Layla Malloy off the glass and good. Malloy gives the Panthers a 15-8 lead, a minute 50 left here in the opening quarter. Glad you're with us on this Tuesday night of hoops. Top of the key, a 3. Back of the iron for Mamie Hill. Here come the Panthers. Bristol Brooks going to feed up court. Wiley Green in the corner. Finds Malloy, a 3 off the mark. Now East will try to get something going. It's Mamie Hill harassed by Layla Malloy, and she throws it away into the hands of Bristol Brooks. Here comes Bristol. Are they going to count it? Yes, and one for Bristol Brooks. Bristol can't convert at the charity stripe. She gets her own rebound, goes back up. It's off the mark. And a fight for it. Here comes East. And a quick whistle and another timeout. East Henderson wants to talk it over. It's going to be a full timeout, so we'll take one as well. Stay with us.
Join FPSN each month during the school year as we spotlight outstanding performances from student athletes with the First Citizens Bank and Corbin Dental Athlete of the Month video feature. It's presented by Corbin Dental, a locally owned dental practice providing comprehensive and advanced dental care in Franklin. With deep local roots and a passion for service, Corbin Dental takes pride in providing world-class care right here at home. And by First Citizens Bank, helping families and businesses make more of their finances for over 125 years. First Citizens Bank, forever first. Member FDIC.
When your land demands the best, you need equipment you can count on. At Kubota Tractors of Franklin, you'll find that quality equipment and the best selection anywhere. Everything from the new Kubota subcompact tractors and the zero-turn mowers, all the way up to heavy construction equipment. Plus, right now, we're offering super low price options and incredible long-term financing on practically all Kubota products in stock. Come see us today at North Carolina's family tractor dealer, Kubota Tractors of Franklin.
East has it out of the timeout. And the Panthers pick up in the backcourt. We have a jump ball, and the possession arrow going to be Panthers' way with 66 seconds left. Layla Malloy to trigger under her own basket. Pass into the hands of Riley Green. 50 dribbling for Green. She'll find Newsom. Newsom going to feed Wooten outside the arc. Wooten into the corner. Riley Green on the dribble. Back out to Newsom. Newsom thought about pulling up. Gives it up to Wooten on that low block. Wooten off the glass. Bailey Wooten has given the Lady Panthers a double-digit lead at 19-8. Jumper just inside the arc. Would not fall for Bass. And the rebound off to the Panthers. Here comes Aubrey Newsom. Looks over to her sideline to get the play call from her coach, Justin Moffitt. Underneath, Bailey Wooten. Now we've got a bump on the Eagles. As Bailey Bryant was getting position, say she was not in the act of shooting. With 17.4 seconds left. Now we've got an offensive foul. As the ball came into play, Bailey Wooten going to pick up the offensive foul. Now a traveling violation at midcourt. Leela Henderson travels. Panthers have it with 10 seconds left. It's Aubrey Newsom. Newsom on the dribble, lost control, and it's a turnover. Back over to East, 6.2 left. First quarter. Hill feeds it into the front court. At the buzzer, it's an air ball, and that'll do it. 1 quarter in the books, 19-8, 11-point advantage for the Lady Panthers as we head to break.
Need underbrush cleared? Have a stump that needs grinding? A tree that's become a hazard on your property? Call Carson Tree Service for a free estimate today. Whether it's landscaping or view cuts, he can help. Fully licensed and insured. Call Cheyenne Carson at 828-526-6213.
When your land demands the best, you need equipment you can count on. At Kubota Tractors of Franklin, you'll find that quality equipment and the best selection anywhere. Everything from the new Kubota subcompact tractors and the zero-turn mowers, all the way up to heavy construction equipment. Plus, right now, we're offering super low price options and incredible long-term financing on practically all Kubota products in stock. Come see us today at North Carolina's family tractor dealer, Kubota Tractors of Franklin.
Second quarter about to begin. Glad you're with us on Facebook and YouTube of the Franklin Panthers Sports Network. George Young along with our fantastic FPSN crew. Philip Angel, our executive producer. Spencer and Joshua on cameras tonight as it goes underneath. And a point-blank layup is missed. Panthers attack. Wooten going to travel with it. Or Bryant, rather, going to travel with it. As Bailey Bryant took an extra step, she secured that pass. It's Hill dribbling for the East Henderson Eagles. He's going to give it up. As Lindsay had it briefly. He's really not been able to get much going offensively. Not much rhythm to their offense as that one is fought for, and it's heading out of bounds to the Lady Panthers. .7-13 second quarter. Panthers with 11-point advantage, and they've had some issues getting in sync offensively. Been hot and cold. And there's a turnover as it was knocked out of the hands of Finley Moffitt. Mamie Hill was bumped. No, she wasn't. It was an inadvertent whistle. Somebody kicked it. That's what it was. Hill, free throw line. Are they going to count it? Yes, and one for Mamie Hill. First foul on Bailey Bailey Bryant. And one no good. Up court quickly. We've got a whistle and a foul. They're going to count it? Yes, they will. Finley Moffitt will be at the line after getting bumped, heading to the hole. Foul whistled on Kyra Bass. That'll be her second, and the first whistled on East. Fight for it. It's out of bounds, going to be East Henderson basketball. We unfortunately having issues with our replay again. Thought we had it fixed. It was working with a different feed. And then when game time starts, the other cameras that we have, it's odd. Trying to figure it out. Finley Moffitt picked up that missed shot, gives it up to Bristol Brooks, who calls out the offense. He's going to find Bryant. Over to Liam Mason. Mason back over to Bristol Brooks. She is open for a three. It's going to be an air ball saved into the hands of the East Henderson Eagles. Here they come up court. Hill, a three. Well off the mark, knocked around. Last touched by who is the question? It's going to be Panther basketball. The official under the basket. Look to the man on the bottom of your screen, the other official. Bristol Brooks, here she comes. 5:48 left in the second. Brooks off of a ball screen. Into the corner it goes to Bailey Bryant. Then quickly, Bailey going to fire it to Malia Mason. It's knocked out of her hands. It'll stay with the Panthers underneath their own basket. It's been a while since the Panthers have been at home. Nice crowd gathering. It's a lot warmer inside than it is outside, I can tell you that much. Finley Moffitt, nice move, attacks, and gets the bucket to go off the glass. Panthers build onto the lead now at 13. Hill into the front court. Thought about passing, now does. Free throw line, shot blocked. Smithson's shot is blocked, and it's off to Bristol. And Brooks able to get the bucket high off the glass. And another whistle and another timeout going to be called by Coach Tammy George and the East Henderson Eagles. Looks like it's going to be a full timeout. So we'll take one as well. Stay with us. .509 left in the second, 25-10. East Henderson has called 4 timeouts already in this half. And another one for Coach Tammy George to try to stem the tide. Just cannot get anything going offensively. A rhythm is not what they're in. And I'm assuming that's one of the reasons why she's taking all these timeouts, to try to draw up some plays and get her girls in rhythm. The Panthers not been in the best rhythm, but able to hit some shots and get some turnovers, ratcheted up that defensive pressure. And have caused some turnovers. I don't know what's going on here. The referee was pointing to the Panther bench. Now the other referee is talking to Coach Justin Moffitt. Now we're ready to go. Just had to get a sub back in. Somebody checked out and not checked at the table yet. A little runner wouldn't go, and an offensive rebound going to be secured by Bass out beyond the arc. She finds Hill. Back over to Bass. Now we got issues in the paint. Tie up as that shoot arrow is to the Panthers. 4:42 left in the second. Brooks finds Wooten. Wooten got a feed underneath. Back out it goes beyond the arc. Brooks 3. Front of the iron. Fight for the board. And here comes East. Leela Henderson running the point now. Now very deliberate with the offense. Henderson going to swing it into the corner now. Into the paint it goes. High off the glass. And good for Shyla Lindsay. First points in a while for East Henderson. They cut into that Panther lead. 25-12 in the paint. Got a foul upcoming on East. Is most likely going to be sending Bailey Bryant to the line. Yep, she'll be in the act, they'll say. Second on East. Foul going against Addison Connor. That'll be her first. 2 shots upcoming Bailey Bryant. First one. Can't convert. One more at the stripe. Some subs coming in if she hits this next shot. And the second one no good. Going to be saved before it heads out of bounds, and then East Henderson ends up with it. Baseline jumper wouldn't go. Out of bounds off of a Lady Panther. Alyssa Autry going to check in for Coach Justin Moffitt, has taken a seat as Bailey Bryant. East will reset underneath their own bucket. as Gibbs checks in for East Henderson. Well, check that. That's not Gibbs. That is Barcelos that's checking in for Coach Tammy George. She'll have it up top. Gives it up to Mamie Hill into the corner. Bass looks to pass. Eventually going to find Hill up top. Hill on the dribble. Lifts a shot. Wouldn't go. Here comes Bristol Brooks. To the hole. Off the glass. Good. Bristol Brooks with the bucket to give the Panthers a 27-12 advantage. And we got another timeout on the floor. And this one's going to be a timeout by Coach Justin Moffitt. And it's going to be a full timeout with 3:12 left in the second quarter. We'll take a break as well. Hang with us.
Need underbrush cleared? Have a stump that needs grinding? A tree that's become a hazard on your property? Call Carson Tree Service for a free estimate today. Whether it's landscaping or view cuts, he can help. Fully licensed and insured. Call Cheyenne Carson at 828-526-6213.
When your land demands the best, you need equipment you can count on. At Kubota Tractors of Franklin, you'll find that quality equipment and the best selection anywhere. Everything from the new Kubota subcompact tractors and the zero-turn mowers, all the way up to heavy construction equipment. Plus, right now, we're offering super low price options and incredible long-term financing on practically all Kubota products in stock. Come see us today at North Carolina's family tractor dealer, Kubota Tractors of Franklin.
So Coach Justin Moffitt talks it over with his girls. The Panthers up 27-12. East Henderson will try to get it up court. Panthers pick up in the backcourt, and the East breaks it. Mystery number 1 over there. We'll have her name on my roster. Addison Connor swings it over into the corner. 3 up off the mark. Rebound Barcelo. She's going to give it up to Henderson, and Henderson's shot just inside the arc would not go. It's Bristol Brooks. Thought about pulling up. Got to swing it over to Autry. And was Autry bumped? Yes, she was. Was she in the act of shooting? No, she wasn't. It was before the shot. And it goes Bristol Brooks. Her shot blocked. There to follow, though, with the offensive rebound in the stick back, Bailey Wooten. But again, Panthers in the backcourt, ratcheting up that pressure. 2.5 left here in the first. Addison Connor into the front court, and then the 10-second violation. Could not get it across in time. So it'll go over to the Panthers. With 2:21 left here in the second quarter. Panthers up 29-12. Aubrey Newsom with it. Kicks it over to Autry. Autry got a feet underneath, knocked away. Was it saved? No. On the baseline. Out of bounds as Addison Connor able to pick it up, but she was out of bounds, the official said. Stepped on that baseline. Panthers looking to get it in. They do. Up top, Riley Green. Over to Bristol Brooks. Bristol going to feed over to Autry. Autry finds Bailey Wooten up high. Now it's to Newsom with 2 minutes left. Top of the key, a 3. Off the mark for Riley Green. Trying to chase down the rebound. It's going to head out of bounds and over to East. Lady Eagles dressed in their black with green trim tonight. Panthers in their familiar white uniforms. Addison Connor has it, has to give it up. Now we've got a whistle and I think some issues with the official. Maybe a clock issue. Connor over in the right side, number 1. I have on my roster, dribbling around, almost a turnover. Back to Connor. Tiptoeing that baseline and dribble out of there. Minute 20 left. Kicked around. Picked up. Bailey Wooten. Wooten going to slow it down, and she gives it up to Autry. Autry going to feed it over to Newsom. Brooks over to Autry, feeding Newsom. Low block. Tries to get position and travels with it. Finley Moffitt going to check back into the game, has taken a seat. It's Bailey Wooten for Coach Moffitt and the Lady Panthers. 68 seconds left in the second. Panthers again going to pick up in the backcourt, as it'll be Bass that will trigger for Coach Tammy George and the Lady Eagles. Got to get some subs off the floor there. That's what the official was waiting on. The Eagles break the press. And now a double dribble. Lindsay dribbles with it about the arc there. She was deciding what to do. 60 seconds left. Newsom swings it into the front court. Autry into the corner. Back it goes, Autry. Now Newsom has it. Bristol Brooks is bumped. Was not in the act. Just the fourth foul, so they got one more to give to the Lady Eagles. Bristol Brooks looks to trigger with 44 seconds left. Up top, it's Autry. She can't get it to go. To the hole, off the mark. Fight for it. Kicked out of bounds, but they'll whistle a foul. A reach in as Autry secured the board. That'll be the fifth on East Henderson, so some free throws on the other end. With 28.9 seconds left here in the first half. Two shots for Melissa Autry, a freshman at the charity stripe. And she gets the first to go. Second one is up and good. Panthers again causing havoc. East breaks that press, then it's lost, but they'll say last touched by and Lady Panther. I believe it was Bristol Brooks that slapped it out of bounds. East with 20.7 seconds left. They'll have to get it in on their end of the court. That one wouldn't go. Autry, aggressive board, off to the races. Feeds Malloy. Layla Malloy with a bucket to get the Panthers a 33-12 advantage. And that'll do it. It's halftime here at the Panther Den. And the Lady Panthers hold a commanding 33-12 advantage over the East Henderson Eagles, looking to break a two-game losing streak in conference and go above 500 with that 8-8 record coming in to tonight's contest. All right, we're going to take a break here. When we come back, we'll get you set for the beginning of the third quarter in just a few moments.
When your land demands the best, you need equipment you can count on. At Kubota Tractors of Franklin, you'll find that quality equipment and the best selection anywhere. When your land demands the best, you need equipment you can count on. At Kubota Tractors of Franklin, you'll find that quality equipment and the best selection anywhere. Everything from the new Kubota subcompact tractors and the zero-turn mowers, all the way up to heavy construction equipment. Plus, right now, we're offering super low price options and incredible long-term financing on practically all Kubota products in stock. Come see us today at North Carolina's family tractor dealer, Kubota Tractors of Franklin.
Hey folks, welcome to the December 2025 edition of the Franklin High School Construction Update. George Young with Tracy Talent once again, and we are here in the middle of the Panther Pit on the visitor side. And if you have ridden by in the month of December, you have seen the stands. The visitor stands are in. They've still got a couple of more stands to put up. We've got some concrete that's being poured today when we're on site, but this is an exciting time, Tracy.
It is exciting. It's good to see these stands going in. This was a milestone, you know, people starting to see some progress taking place just right off the roadside.
And these stands, I'm impressed by how far they go up. You've got plenty of room here. We were talking about this before we started. A lot of room here for cheerleaders, a lot of room for the track over here. It's a lot more room than we had before.
Lots more room. We were just excited about the whole plaza area, and we were talking about that this week at the board meeting, about a lot of different places around the whole stadium up top and then down below here to congregate and to have those things that people enjoy, stand around and talk.
Yeah, and the weather has been a challenge. We've had a lot of dreary days, some rain, some fog, but it really hasn't stopped these guys.
No, they're still working. As yesterday, Thursday, it was raining, which set them behind a little bit on some things, but like this morning, they were back pouring concrete and back to laying block and laying brick and doing some things. The little wind is stopping the crane work, and we'll see the crane a little bit later, but it's you know, the wind and things slows that down a little bit.
Weather is always a challenge when it's construction, and as big of a construction site as this is, it is a big challenge. You've been pouring concrete middle of the night, it seems, all hours of the day you're pouring concrete. Talking about that crane, that is a huge crane, about 400 feet it looks like, and that's to bring in steel and to bring in beams, correct?
Yes, and we'll see that if we go up on the yard here after a while. They're got all the steel laid there for the slab on deck, and you can see as we look around to the Fine Arts Center here, you can see some of the roof trusses going in and things like that. So they've got all that steel laying there ready to erect, and already been working on it. So they're putting the bolts and the footers in for the bridge that goes to the second floor of the main building too.
All right, we're going to take a tour once again, so let's go. Now we come to the back side of the gymnasium and the Fine Arts Center. The big crane is loading some steel. Tracy, what's happening back over here?
As you can see, we have the steel yard here, and they have everything laid down for the slab on deck and roof trusses that's going around the Fine Arts Center and the walking track around the gym. They're starting to swing some steel, started last week. Of course, like I said earlier, the wind kind of slows them down a little bit on that, but
kind of windy today.
Kind of windy today on a very active site. Been seeing a lot of things going on, but they're setting some steel, and it's moving along.
Since the last time we talked in the November construction update, they have put these walls up, and these walls are going to go even higher, right?
Yes. This is the cafeteria and kitchen area, these first set of walls, and then the next set, the higher set that you see there is the Fine Arts Center. They'll be going a little bit higher, and of course then the gym walls here, and they'll be going higher as well. They're pouring the gym floor. It's just coming along.
It is. I'll tell you, a lot has happened since the last time that we talked to you. We're going to head over to the other side and check out the press box area, and then we're going to head down and get kind of an overview of this big crane. One thing on the backside of Frogtown, which you see behind us, is a retaining wall that they have built on the side there. A lot of dirt's been moved.
A lot of dirt moved in to make the pad for the main educational wings of the building. Will come out onto the edge of that well, not all the way to the edge. There'll be a road between the bank and the educational part, but it'll come out. Looking from this end, it'll look like it's out onto the edge of that bank. But they put in the retaining wall going up Phillips Street, Frogtown area, and your road will come out pretty close to that. And we'll have some buildings actually setting out there too. The greenhouse for the ag department, and some storage areas for the welding and carpentry shops.
We are here now. Behind us is the press box, of course, and the gym is right here. We were just talking before we started this part of the update, Tracy, about how far we're getting closer and closer to the gym. A little teetering on the edge there, but as this progresses, you're going to see all this kind of level out, and of course the press box we see, and the brickwork is going in, and the bleachers and the stands area, they're going to be going in pretty quick too.
Yeah, they were supposed to have started this past week, but I guess weather held them up on that. And as they're finishing up on the other side, then they're laying out, as you can see, the piers and things laid out there on the side of the slope. They'll be getting ready. They put the fabric down first, and then they will be enclosed bleachers like you see on the other side, aluminum totally enclosed, obviously so water can get through, but no debris can get through.
All right, that's going to wrap things up for the December 2025 edition of the Franklin High School Construction Update. Tracy, as always, appreciate you giving us a tour. A lot going on. I'm sure when we talk to you in January, it's going to be even bigger of a transformation.
Yeah, and as they get some of these walls closed in, we'll be able to take some tours of the inside of the building.
I'm looking forward to that because it's been a cold day, kind of windy.
It is.
Thanks, Tracy.
All right, thank you.
Need underbrush cleared? Have a stump that needs grinding? A tree that's become a hazard on your property? Call Carson Tree Service for a free estimate today. Whether it's landscaping or view cuts, he can help. Fully licensed and insured. Call Cheyenne Carson at 828-526-6213. Join FPSN each month during the school year as we spotlight outstanding performances from student athletes with the First Citizens Bank and Corbin Dental Athlete of the Month video feature. It's presented by Corbin Dental, a locally owned dental practice providing comprehensive and advanced dental care in Franklin. With deep local roots and a passion for service, Corbin Dental takes pride in providing world-class care right here at home. And by First Citizens Bank, helping families and businesses make more of their finances for over 125 years. First Citizens Bank, forever first. Member FDIC.
And we welcome you back inside of the Panther Den as we get set for the beginning of the third quarter. Lady Panthers up big, 33-12 over the Eagles of East Henderson, trying to make it a season sweep over the Eagles after beating them back on December 12th at East Flat Rock by 30, 63-33. Already 33 points up on the board for Coach Justin Moffitt's group. We are ticking down the final couple of seconds before we'll tip off the third quarter. It's a busy week for the Panthers. Got 3 games, a non-conference affair tomorrow night against Andrews, and then a road trip to Brevard on Friday, barring any weather implications. Both teams are back out of the locker room. Both officials, or all 3 officials, looks like they're ready to go. Although official on the far side, talking to Coach Tammy George in East, I think there's some issues on the other side over there. I don't know what the problem is. Maybe some blood, or somebody spilled something. Oh yeah, here comes Coach Moffitt with a towel. Yeah, somebody spilled something over there. Maybe we need some slow-mo replay. Oh, here comes Coach Brooks back over there. Getting the moisture off the the floor. I guess somebody spilled maybe. It looks like there's a Dasani water under there. And a koozie of some sort. So now we're ready to go after getting the spilled water all cleaned up. Now we're going to begin the third quarter. Glad you have decided to spend your evening with us a little after 7:07. I'm George Young along with our fantastic FPSN crew. Philip Angel, our executive producer, along with Spencer and Joshua on cameras tonight. And in the break, hopefully we have fixed our replay. That's the goal. Cross your fingers and your toes. We'll find out here in a few. Pass goes out beyond the arc. Going to be secured briefly by Henderson. Then she loses control of it, and it's off to Bristol Brooks. Brooks, her shot partially blocked. Here come the East Henderson Eagles. Henderson gives it up to Hill. Hill going to stop. Pop won't go. And there to grab the board is Finley Moffitt. Down court quickly. Green underneath. Malia Mason off the glass and good. Hey, we fixed it, Philip. Our replay has been driving us crazy. It's fixed, I hope. And we've got a offensive foul on East Henderson. It was away from the basketball. Didn't see what happened. Exactly 7 minutes remaining in the third. Franklin will have possession after the offensive foul. They'll charge that one to Smithson. And Julie Smithson, Jr., will pick up her first foul. This is the first on East. Underneath, Malia Mason off the glass. Nice feed underneath. Malia Mason got the position, able to get the bucket. Here come the Eagles as the pass is fed underneath on the floor. Eventually coming out with it, Riley Green. Green feeding up court, Bristol Brooks. Brooks lost it, and it'll go back over to the East Henderson Eagles. I don't know if that was a pass. Lost it and grabbed it back and tried to pass it, and it went off the top of her head. 37-12. East yet to score in this third quarter. As Hill brings it up, finds Henderson. She'll give it off Barcelos. Now, and the paint shot wouldn't go for Lindsay. Got her own rebound, and she's fighting for it underneath and going to step on the end line. Trying to get position. Yep, stepped out of bounds. Oh, it's great to have replay back. You watching at home, I'm sure love it, but I have it right here, a huge screen right next to me. And I'm so far away and at an angle, I can't see half the court most of the time. I rely on the replay to see what just happened. I know that's terrible to say, but looking through a bar, and there's a spotlight over here that they use, and they just keep it out here. Looking through a advertisement. It's a steal for Hill to the hole, and Mamie Hill hits the deck, gets the bucket. Gives the East Henderson Eagles their first points. Is on the other end, we got transition bucket for the Panthers to make it 37-14, and a steal. Malia Mason picks up the errant pass, gives it up to Bristol Brooks. Off to Moffitt. Moffitt going to swing it into the corner. Green. That one wouldn't go from downtown. Layla Malloy with the rebound, and she kicks it out. And they wanted it off of an Eagle, did Riley Green, but they'll say that it wasn't. It was off of a Lady Panther. So back over to the East Henderson Eagles. It will go. Coach Tammy George gets some players off of her bench. We'll get those numbers here in a second as we approach 5 minutes to go in the third. Decent crowd on hand. Of course, the Panthers haven't been at home in a long time. Top of the key three for Hill. Long carom out of bounds to the Lady Panthers. Last time these Lady Panthers were on the floor was all the way back on January 6th. Talking with Coach Doug Clemens about the schedule and how difficult it is. No Friday night games until the last Friday of the regular season at home. Underneath, it's Malia Mason getting position, goes up, but she cannot get the bucket to go. She was fouled, so a couple of shots at the free throw line for Malia Mason. Barcelos will pick up the foul. That'll be her first and the team second. But Coach Blemen's talking about the fact that, that hurts your gait. That hurts the attendance. You don't have any Friday night games until the very end of the year. And then the games that they have had have been back-to-back. You've got 3 to end the year at home. The folks come out one night and then another home game 2-3 nights later. Will I go or will I stay at home? Back of the iron with the second shot. It was good to see a nice crowd on this cold night in January here at the Panther Den. It's nice and warm in here, I can tell you that. Mamie Hill calls out the offense. 4:22 left. Hill stops, pops, can't hit. Long board. Picked up by Hill. Going to spin a pass underneath. It's intercepted. Riley Green intercepts the pass. Then her pass up court is intercepted. It's Hill with it. Mamie Hill gives it up. And a walk or a foul. Going to be a foul going against the Lady Panthers. They give that one to Green. Yeah, Riley Green going to pick up her second. Two shots at the line for 22, Kara Gibbs. Whole new team coming in for Coach Justin Moffitt. Bailey Wooten, Alyssa Autry into the game. Now Bailey Wooten going to take a seat. Kylan Hervey also is checked in. Bailey Bryant. Now here comes Aaliyah Mason off the bench. She'll check back into the game. Also Aubrey Newsom on the floor. Looks like if she hits this one, Bailey Wooten will check into the game. Gibbs' second shot off the mark. Rebound picked up by Barcelos. She goes up, no. Another offensive rebound. She lost control of it. It's out of bounds, and it'll be Panther basketball. Wooten going to check in. Let's see what happened here. Went off of Kara Gibbs. Now a little pressure in the backcourt as they'll pick up for the East Henderson Eagles on Newsom. She's going to break it quickly and go to the hole. Newsom saw a seam. Executed it to perfection to the hole off the glass. 39-15. Lady Panthers. 24-point edge. Got a whistle in the low block. Kara Gibbs was bumped from behind. That was going to go, I believe, on Wooten. Bailey Wooten will pick up the foul. I think that's her second. Yeah. Second on Wooten, second on the Panthers with 3:32 left. Up high it goes, now into the corner. Mamie Hill feeds a pass that is intercepted by Wooten. And a frustration foul on East Henderson. Mamie Hill going to pick up the foul. That's her fourth. That's a big foul. Aubrey Newsom brings it up across that timeline, and then it's knocked away from her. Izzy Schultz going to check in for Coach Tammy George of the East Henderson Eagles. That dead ball, 3:15 to go here in the third. Franklin, commanding lead. Autry gives it up. Wouldn't go in the paint for Bailey Bryant. Mamie Hill trying to get position. Lost control of it. East will swing it around the horn. Bass now, center jump circle. Bass gets double team, lifts a pass, going to be intercepted. Here come the Panthers. Down court, Bailey Wooten. 41-15. .26-point lead for the Lady Panthers. Trying to get position, trying to feed one underneath, knocked away, and it's to the Panthers. Boys action coming up at the conclusion of this one, about 15 minutes after we get this one in the books. We'll have boys action. That one should be a good one. East Henderson has been the kings of this conference over the past 3-4 years. And the Franklin boys able to give East their first conference loss in about 2 years back on the 12th of December. Lost control underneath, so I want to invite you to stick around for that one. Panther boys able to beat the Eagle boys in a hotly contested game in East Flat Rock back on the 12th of December. Underneath it's Bryant, counted in one for Bailey Bryant. Nice feed, executed to perfection. And they're going to give the foul to Kara Gibbs. Her first, team's fourth. And one situation, and she completes the old-fashioned three-point play. The junior, Bailey Bryant. 44-15. 29-point edge for the Lady Panthers. $1:40 left. Bass gives it up. Mamie Hill jacks a three, wouldn't go. Here come the Panthers. Bailey Wooten underneath. She can't get it to go. East comes out with it. Up court, too tough to handle for Kara Gibbs. Chyla Lindsay is checked in for Coach Tammy George. East will pick up in the backcourt. Now they're back off. Kylan Hervey brings it up court. Gives it up to Autry. Autry going to drive in baseline. Find Wooten back out. It goes Hervey. Now it's Newsom. Newsom feeding to Wooten underneath. Off the glass. They found the sweet spot. And this East Henderson defense on that low block is Wooten has got a couple of buckets here late in this third quarter. Izzy Schultz on the dribble. Almost traveled, did. Shuffled her feet. That'll be another turnover on the East Henderson Eagles. 24.3 seconds left in the third quarter. Lady Panthers up big, 48-15. Only 3 points for East in this third quarter. Called offensive foul. Wow. Okay. Didn't see. I guess so. Was that on Wooten? Haven't put it up on the board yet. Final few seconds of this first half. Or check that third quarter, second half. And what happened? They didn't whistle a foul. It's going to be East Henderson basketball with 4.9 seconds left. Schultz gives it up. Shot wouldn't go, and that'll do it. 3 quarters in the books, 48-15. Fourth quarter coming up right after this.
Need underbrush cleared? Have a stump that needs grinding? A tree that's become a hazard on your property? Call Carson Tree Service for a free estimate today. Whether it's landscaping or view cuts, he can help. Fully licensed and insured. Call Cheyenne Carson at 828-526-6213.
When your land demands the best, you need equipment you can count on. At Kubota Tractors of Franklin, you'll find that quality equipment and the best selection anywhere. Everything from the new Kubota subcompact tractors and the zero-turn mowers, all the way up to heavy construction equipment. Plus, right now, we're offering super low price options and incredible long-term financing on practically all Kubota products in stock. Come see us today at North Carolina's family tractor dealer, Kubota Tractors of Franklin.
Welcome back, fourth quarter. Just about set to tip off here at the Panther Den. Glad that you are with us. George Young, fantastic FPSN crew, Philip, Spencer, and Joshua bringing you all the sights and sounds of tonight's Mountain 8 conference battle between the East Henderson Eagles and the Franklin Panthers. 33-point edge for the Lady Panthers as they'll have possession, will the Lady Panthers, to begin this fourth quarter, dressed in their home whites. Bristol Brooks back into the game. Should run the point, kick it over to Layla Malloy as we saw the starters get a lot of time on the bench, give some of the bench players a lot of minutes in this game as the pass goes underneath. And I'll tell you, the bench players perform very well. Starting to line up back in, Coach Justin Moffitt, as we begin this fourth quarter. Bass going to feed it over to Hill. Mamie Hill. Dishes one into the corner. Had two players over there. Then back up top it goes to Mamie Hill. Hill tries to split a double team, then feeds a pass, knocked away, picked up by Layla Malloy. She'll have it now into the front court. Over to Bristol Brooks. She's open a three. Wouldn't go. There to follow with the board and the bucket. Finley Moffitt. And now we will have, they actually, in the timeout, they changed the score. They took one of the points off the board. I thought that East had only scored 2 points in that third quarter, and I looked at the scoreboard and it said 15. So it's 50-14. We got a running clock now for the remainder of this fourth quarter. You see it's still running as the ball heads out of bounds to the Panthers. And we'll get some subs coming in for Coach Tammy George and East. They're going to clear their bench for the Eagles. Barcelos checks in. Number 4, I don't have on my roster. I get some more. I don't know how many. We'd have some more that are on my roster. 13's in there. This will be interesting. Max Prep's roster. Unless they updated it since this morning. Not correct. Finley Moffitt underneath. Finds Hervey. Baseline jumper, good. Kylan Hervey with the J. 52-14. Running clock now. That 35-point mercy rule differential has been met. This one will go quickly. The boys are going to tip off way early tonight. And ain't nobody complaining here. That one is knocked away, and they'll say last touch by Lady Eagle. Back over to the Panthers. The clock continues to roll. We're at 7:25. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Boys will tip off. To get the starting lineup's probably about 7:40 or so. Baseline jumper for 3. Layla Malloy. 55-14. Almost a steal. Now into paint, knocked away, picked back up by Bass. I do have her name. That correlates to a number on the roster. Bass between the circles looks over to her bench, and Coach Tammy George. Looks like Coach Justin Moffitt and the Lady Panthers will clear their bench. Next dead ball. 5 new players ready to check in. Jumper off the mark for Bass, and on the rebound, we've got a jump ball. Possession arrow is to East Henderson. They'll keep possession, and a whole new lineup coming in. Looks like Riley Green back in. Malia Mason also is back into the game, and Aubrey Newsom along with Bailey Wooten. East gets it in to Barcelos, and she lifts a pass into the corner. Bass 3 wouldn't go right side. Fight for it. Here comes Aubrey Newsom. Newsom counted in 1. Excited about that was Aubrey Newsom. Clock continues to roll. Here's the replay. Watch her reaction here. Fourth going against Kyra Bass for East. First this half on East. And the and 1 is off the mark. Foul on the rebound. It's going against the Panthers. I think it's going against Malia Mason. Yeah. Leah will pick up her first foul. That'll be the first on the Panthers. The 3.5 left in the rolling clock, fourth quarter. Panthers will go above 500 at 9-8. Baseline jumper wouldn't go for Bass. Aboard the bucket for Barcelos. .310 left. Leah Mason off the glass. And a steal up top as it come back to live action. It's Newsom again off the glass. 61-16. Bass. Pass knocked away. Here she goes again. Newsom going to be fouled. That's a frustration foul on Kyra Bass. That's going to be her fifth. But I'm not going to let you score this time. Have to get Bass out of the game as she has been disqualified after picking up her fifth foul. It'll be Henderson that'll check in for her. Say no shots here. He was not in the act of shooting, I reckon. Green gets it in bounds. Would not go underneath. A fight for the rebound. Bailey Wooten went up. Bodies hit the deck. And a jump ball called. Possession arrow stays with the Panthers. Minute 48 with a rolling clock. This is going to be over very, very quickly. Pass underneath, going to be stolen away. Here come the Lady Eagles. Henderson directing traffic. Gives it up. Now we got a whistle and a foul. Just the first on the Panthers. No shots here. Bailey Wooten checks back into the game. Taking a seat is Riley Green for Coach Justin Moffitt. So here come the Eagles. The final 60 seconds. Henderson on the dribble. Kicks it over. Number 4 to have on my roster. Barcelos has it, kicks it back out. It's all but elementary at this point. What's going to be the final score? Baseline jumper. 3, good. No, let's say it's a 2. Well, no, he does whistle or signal on the far side. A 3-point bucket up and good. 61-19. Down to 20 seconds left. Newsom. Feeding Wooten. Back out to Newsom. Almost lost. 10 seconds left. Lady Panthers going to move to 9-8 and an even 4-4 in the conference as the horn sounds here at the Panther Den. 61-19 is the final. Congratulations to the Lady Panthers breaking a 2-game losing streak and defeat the Lady Eagles in dominating fashion, 61-19. In the losses that the Panthers had last week, the offense was there, which is a good sign, and you saw 61 points being put up in tonight's contest. So that'll bode well going down the stretch. Game tomorrow night against the Andrews Lady Wildcats. Panthers will seek revenge after losing to the Andrews Lady Wildcats back on the 5th of this month. And overtime, they'll head tomorrow night to Andrews for that battle in the final non-conference game of the regular season. And then they'll be on the road Friday against the Brevard Blue Devils, who have already contacted Coach Matt Bradley, Athletic Director Matt Bradley, wanting to possibly move that game up because of this impending snowstorm. But right now, it is on Friday. We'll let you know if that changes. Congratulations, 61-19 Lady Panthers win. We'll head into a between games show featuring Coach Doug Clemens. Had a chance to catch up with him earlier today. We'll talk about that 3-game road trip the Panthers went on over the past 9 days. And we'll get you set for this big battle between the two teams at the top of the Mountain 8 Conference of the East Henderson Eagles and the Franklin Panthers. Stay with us. And welcome back, fans. Getting you set for the boys varsity tonight. George Young back with you, along with Doug Clemens, head boys varsity head coach. And it was a tough stretch for you guys. 3 consecutive conference games on the road. And the old saying goes, going on the road in conference is always tough because you see these teams each and every year. You see them twice a year, so they know you, you know them. And you guys went 2-1 on that road trip coming into tonight's contest against East Henderson. Let's recap that road trip, Coach. A win against North, a win against West on Friday night, and then a loss to Smoky this past Monday night, not last night, but the previous Monday. Had to move that game up a little bit. Talk about North first in that win, an impressive win on the road.
Well, I thought it was. I thought the kids played well. We bounced back. It was a game. In preseason, North was picked to finish possibly first. A lot of people were picking them to win the league with what they had coming back. So for us to be over there and to be able to go over there and play well against them, I thought we played really well as a team. I thought we shared the ball. I thought we negated their size advantage. I thought Lance and Peyton did a great job inside, and we just shared the ball and again came away with a really good win in a tough place to play.
And then you traveled to Silva the following Monday night. They moved that up from a Tuesday night originally scheduled game. Again, a tough place to play. Smoky has a lot riding on that game, and they ended up beating you guys.
They did. It was a tough loss for us. Excuse me. They shot the ball extremely well that night. Kind of seems like the recipe for being able to take care of us is the 3 teams that we have lost to, all 3 games. The other team just shot the ball extremely well, especially from the 3-point stripe. We weren't able to get them quieting down on that. It was more than one player. I think they had 4 kids that made 3-pointers. 3 of them made 4 each. So it was a tough loss for us. Obviously, we would love to have been able to get that game and keep our undefeated mark in the conference. But I'll give them their credit. They played well. But even in that, we had our chance at the end. We cut the lead down to 4, and missed a layup and had a traveling call that was costly down the stretch. And with those 2 plays right there, we could have come back in the ball game, but they spread the floor, made the free throws down the stretch, and that's how you win those close ball games.
And then you followed up that loss with a win in conference against West Henderson. They've struggled this year. Many years over the past 5, they've been near the top of the conference, but are struggling. But you guys didn't have Jack Tisateski, your leading scorer, but ended up winning.
Yeah, that was a big team win for us. We knew we weren't going to have – we made that decision not to play Jack. He had a problem with one of his with a foot injury, and so we just didn't want to take a chance. So we knew we were going to need him this week. The kids really stepped it up. We had Gunnar McConnell and Will Rowers really played well in that game. We moved Gunnar up to the top of our press, and he made a lot of problems for West Henderson. And then Lance Parker just had a monster game. He had 20-some points and I think 18 rebounds, and just really played great that night. And to be honest with you, all of them got to play and got to play quite a bit, and they all contributed. So in the locker room after the game, I felt, it's good to see the guys. It's hard on the guys that don't get to play as much to feel like they're, I really didn't have a part in that because I didn't get to play, or I didn't get to play very much. But in that particular game, they were all happy. And, so I think it was good at this point in the season to, to pick our team's morale up. And going into this week, we're certainly going to need it.
Well, tonight doesn't get any easier, Coach. You take on East Henderson. They've been the kings of the conference over the past 3-4 years. You were able to beat them over in East Flat Rock back in December. They suffered another loss in conference, so you guys are still at the top of the conference. But you know that East Henderson has marked this one on their calendar.
Certainly, as you mentioned, we beat them over there, and that was the first conference loss they'd had in 2 years. So we were happy about that, knowing that this game was coming up. The only good thing about this game is that it's here. We've played on the road, seems like all year long, maybe a home game here or there, but now we're getting ready to hit a stretch to where all the top teams in the conference, will have to come to us. And I still feel like we have a home court advantage. I hope our fans will turn out. I hope our student body will turn out, and make a lot of noise. And I hope our kids will respond in the fact that they are playing on their home court.
It was a win, Coach, but as a coach, you learned something from each game. Hopefully players do too. What did you learn from that win over in East Flat Rock back in December? Well,
I think it showed us that we belong. It was early in the, I think it was the first conference game, and you go into that and you think, I think we can play with them. I think we're one of the better teams, but you don't know until you test it out. And so early on, for us to get that win over there, I think it was huge, and we've kind of rode that wave in the conference, so we've used that as a reference often. And tonight, we'll just have to make sure that this game means as much to us as it does to them.
You mentioned Jack injury. What's his status for tonight?
Practiced yesterday, looked fine. Unless something shows up today, we feel like he's ready to go. And certainly the other guys have stepped in, and we've just had a solid season all year long. And when somebody was a little bit off, seemed like somebody stepped up and had a really good game. So we're prepared for whatever happens with us. Our biggest hurdle will be East Henderson. They've got a fine team. They've got an outstanding player in the Brewer kid. They're well coached. So I think it has all the makings of a great game.
Well, good luck, Coach.
Thank you.
Doug Clemens, head boys varsity basketball coach. Hang with us, fans. Tip-off of the boys varsity is coming up here in just a few.
When your land demands the best, you need equipment you can count on. At Kubota Tractors of Franklin, you'll find that quality equipment and the best selection anywhere. Everything from the new Kubota subcompact tractors and the zero-turn mowers, all the way up to heavy construction equipment. Plus, right now, we're offering super low price options and incredible long-term financing on practically all Kubota products in stock. Come see us today at North Carolina's family tractor dealer, Kubota Tractors of Franklin.
And we welcome you back inside of the Panther Den, just about set for the starting lineups to be introduced as we inch closer to tipping off the boys varsity, a battle of two teams at the top of the conference. Here are the conference standings coming into tonight's action. You see Franklin and East and Pisgah there at the top. Pisgah actually beat East Henderson. That's why they are in the third slot in the conference. Franklin's already beaten Pisgah and East, lost to Smoky Mountain. And Smoky Mountain followed up that win against Franklin with a loss to North Henderson. All the teams there with double-digit wins are very competitive, and any of those teams can win the conference. All right, let's head down and check in with our public address announcer.
Number 1, Jalen Brewer. Number 2, Eli Stokes. Number 5, Zayden Jones. Number 10, Jaden Evans. And number 20, Caleb McKenzie. Panthers go lights out in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Fans, get on your feet for tonight's starting lineup. At guard, a junior, number 3, Gunnar McConnell. At guard, a junior, number 14, William Brower. At center, a junior, number 20, Rex Parker. At guard, a senior, number 5, Jack Tisateski. At forward, a senior, number 12, Peyton Hervey.
That's the starting lineups for both teams. We'll get the lights turned back on, and then we'll get this one underway. Looking forward to this one. East Henderson has been at the top of the conference for 3 to 4 years, really dominant last year until they lost in the second round of the playoffs, their first loss of the season. Franklin and East did battle here at the Panther Den in the Mountain 7 Conference Finals last year. That's the last time these two teams met on this floor, Coach Tom Raby basketball court. And we are underway here, and it's going to be the East Henderson Eagles that'll have the opening possession as they're dressed in their black uniforms, just like the Lady Eagles of East. Top of the key, 3. Wouldn't go. Underneath. Board in the bucket. And East gets the first points on the board in this one. Gunnar McConnell swings it over. Will Rowers. Rowers going to find Lance Parker. Parker gives it up quickly. Will Rowers lifts a floater. Wouldn't go. Fight for it. And East comes out with it. Grabbing the board is Caleb McKenzie. It'll be Jalen Brewer. That'll bring it up court. Swing it over to Jones. Back it goes to Brewer. Playing catch with Zayden Jones. He's going to swing a pass deep into the corner. Back it goes Jones. Deep in the left side. It's Stokes going to dribble out of there. Stokes going to find Brewer. Over to Jones. He attempts from 3. Wouldn't go. And the board off to Peyton Hervey. Panthers will attack. Jack Tisateski did not play in Friday's game. Short with the 3. And it's out of bounds to East Henderson. Battling a foot injury. Just heard Coach Doug Clemens talking about the fact that Jack was most likely going to play tonight, and you see him on the floor. You see how effective he is. Knew that tonight's game would be critical. They held him out Friday. Jalen Brewer backing it out. Swings it over to Zayden Jones. Going to attack. Lost control. It's picked up by Will Rowers. Rowers left at the elbow. Going to find Lance Parker. Jumper good for Lance Parker. Got 21 points in that game against West Henderson. A double-double for Lance Parker. 21 points, 18 rebounds. And starts with a bucket to tie the game at 2 apiece. Brewer, 3. Back of the iron. Long board, Tisateski. Cross-court pass, Gunnar McConnell driving, kicking. Tisateski spinning a pass, nice underneath. Gunnar McConnell off the glass. Watch this. Zayden Jones playing catch with Jalen Brewer. Jones underneath. Wouldn't go. For Caleb McKenzie. Here come the Panthers. Gunnar McConnell. Got it knocked away. Knocked off the hands of Eli Stokes. Stays with the Panthers with 5:16 left. Gunnar McConnell. Between the circles. McConnell lost control, picks it back up. McConnell open, jumper, no. Here come the East Henderson Eagles. Jones quickly going to find Stokes, dribbles out of that corner. Back it goes into the corner to Zayden Jones in the paint. Somehow able to get a pass out of there off to Jaden Evans, and Evans able to get the bucket. Watch this. Wow, that was behind the head pass there. And Jones able to get the bucket and tie it at 4 apiece. Lance Parker getting position. Parker can't get the roll. And Jalen Brewer comes out with a rebound. Now Zayden Jones, 4:19 left. Knocked away. Here comes Jack Tisateski. Can't get it to go. The follow up and good for Will Rowers. Panthers up 2. Brewer. Little brother of Caden Brewer. Corner 3. Eli Stokes off the mark. Parker with a rebound. It's Tisateski bringing it up. Over to Gunnar McConnell. McConnell gonna feed baseline. Jumper good for Hervey. .340 left. East into the front court. Jones feeding in deep in the corner. Stokes gets double teamed. He's going to be bailed out by McKenzie. Now left side 3 wouldn't go. And we're heading the other way. First on East Henderson. It'll be the first on Jaden Evans. George Young along with our fantastic FPSN crew tonight. Glad that you have decided to spend your evening with us as we are underway a little early than 8 o'clock, about 15 minutes early. Will Rowers getting position underneath. It's blocked. As the girls' action was done very quickly. It started about 15 minutes early. The JV games ended quickly. Glad that you're staying warm, hopefully, wherever you may be. It is chilly outside, but nice inside the Panther den. Corner 3, up and good for Caleb McKenzie. Franklin bought just a point now. Rowers. No look pass. Back to Hervey. 3. Got it. Peyton Hervey, the senior, for the trifecta. Jones. High pass to Brewer. Back over to Jones. Bounce into the corner. Another 3 from that corner. Hit the side of the backboard. Off to the races. It's Gunnar McConnell. Gives it up. Jack Tisateski going to save it out of bounds. Find Hervey. Another 3. That one's off the mark. Long rebound. Will Rowers. Rowers free throw line. Jay good. Rowers found himself open. Nothing but net that time for Will Rowers. Another corner 3 almost attempted. Thought better of it. Jones is open to 3. That one wouldn't go. Gunnar McConnell feeds up court. Hervey to the hole. Leans in, can't get it to go. East comes out with a rebound. Brewer feeds over to Jones. Back it goes to Brewer. Into the corner. Stokes drives in, kicks it around. And was it lost? The official at the top right of your screen did not know. She looked for the other official to decide, and he said Franklin basketball. It looked like it dribbled off of his leg, off of Caleb McKenzie's leg. Well, no, I said it was Franklin basketball. They're going to give it to East now. Okay. Brewer finds Baker, trying to drive in. The Talik Baker. Now he's going to drive in. He's going to kick it out. Corner 3, up and good. Eli Stokes cuts into that Panther lead at 13-10 now. McConnell finds Parker back out to McConnell, a three. He answered. 37 seconds, the ticking clock. East gets it into the front court. It's Brewer. Back over it goes Baker, driving in. Baker wild, off the glass and good. The senior Talik Baker gets the bucket to make it a 16-12 Panther advantage. 4-point lead. It's Tisa Teskey, or check that, Gunnar McConnell. Driving, getting fouled. They get that one too. It's just the second on East. Not many whistles foul-wise in this first half. Only 2 total, none for the Panthers. They gave that one to Baker. 11 seconds left. Jack in the corner, now going to attack baseline, kick it over. Now it's McConnell, open Jay. Wouldn't go for the baseline, and that'll do it as Jaden Evans secured the rebound. 1 quarter in the books with the Panthers up 16-12 as we head to break. Stay with us.
When your land demands the best, you need equipment you can count on. At Kubota Tractors of Franklin, you'll find that quality equipment and the best selection anywhere. Everything from the new Kubota subcompact tractors and the zero-turn mowers, all the way up to heavy construction equipment. Plus, right now, we're offering super low price options and incredible long-term financing on practically all Kubota products in stock. Come see us today at North Carolina's family tractor dealer, Kubota Tractors of Franklin.
Need underbrush cleared? Have a stump that needs grinding? A tree that's become a hazard on your property? Call Carson Tree Service for a free estimate today. Whether it's landscaping or view cuts, he can help. Fully licensed and insured. Call Cheyenne Carson at 828-526-6213.
Welcome back. 8 minutes left in the first half. Exciting first quarter of action here at the Panther Dig. Glad that you're with us. George Young along with our great FPSN crew. Joshua and Spencer and Phillip running the show for us behind the scenes. Bringing you the sights and sounds of tonight's Mountain 8 Conference Clash. East comes in at 13-4, Franklin at 13-3 overall. 1 game separates the 2 in the conference. Franklin has 1 loss that came to Smoky Mountain. 2 losses for East Henderson. Last year went undefeated till the second round of the playoffs. Went perfect in conference for 2 consecutive years. And Franklin gave him the first loss in conference back on December 12th. Tisa Teskey high off the glass. 18-12. Baker kicks it. Brewer wouldn't go, got his own rebound, goes back up and will get the running jumper to go. Gunnar McConnell. I'll check that. That's Tisa Teskey. Direct traffic. He'll feed it over to Will Rowers. Cross court it goes. Hervey drives baseline, lost control of it. Got to find Lance Parker's open. He couldn't get it to go. Offensive rebound, Tisa Teskey for 3. Leaned into that one. Good to see Tisa Teskey hitting some early shots. Baker is fouled in the paint. Be the first on Franklin for the entire game. And it's going against Peyton Hervey. No shots. Brewer. Kick it over to Baker. Baker driving. Gets caught up. Jump ball, possession arrow, East Henderson. Surprising he didn't shuffle his feet. And it goes to Jalen Brewer. And he'll get the bucket to go. Skies for that one and tips it in. McConnell kicking it. A 3 off the mark for Lance Parker. East Henderson able to grab the rebound. Brewer Is that an alley-oop? I'll say last touch by Hervey, and we'll stay with East Henderson. Up high, it's a 3. Back of the iron for McKenzie. Long offensive rebound. East resets. It's Jalen Brewer. That'll find Baker. Back over to Brewer. 5:50 left into the corner. It goes Stokes. Thought about it. Gets double teamed and then lifts a pass that was kicked. They'll reset here. Deep in the backcourt. Talik Baker bring it up across that timeline for Coach Marquinus Jones. And the Eagles done a fantastic job, has Coach Jones, over the past 6-7 years. Shot from 3, wouldn't go for Jalen Brewer. Panthers into the front court. It's Jack Tisateski attacking. Finding Hervey. Hervey goes up, wouldn't go, wanted the foul. Fans did too. Here comes Brewer. Gets it poked away. And East will reset. Jackson Wilson going to check in for Coach Doug Clemens. Taking a seat will be Peyton Hervey. Talik Baker will have it and slowly bring it up across. Approaching 5 minutes left. Now going to drive in. Baker. Counted in 1 for Talik Baker. Caught the Panthers sleeping defensively. They weren't ready. And 1 for Baker. Foul whistled on Gunnar McConnell. And he can't get the bucket at the charity strike. Lance Parker grabs the missed shot. Jack Tisateski driving. Finds Jackson Wilson. And we've got an offensive foul going against Jackson Wilson. That'll be his first, team's third. McKenzie in the corner. Now it's Brewer up top, over to Baker. Back to Brewer. Brewer's open, it's a 3, and it's good. Jalen Brewer of downtown. The sophomore hits to tie the game at 21. 4:27. Moving clock here in the second. McConnell outside the arc. Kicking. Will Rowers. Double team. Got to find an open Lance Parker. Parker gives the Panthers the lead once again, 23-21. Corner 3, it's McKenzie. Off the mark. Rebound Tisateski. Tisateski, a deep 3. In and out. Baker over to Jalen Brewer. Back to Baker. Baker's open. 3. That one's got to hit the back of the iron like a long board. East recovers to the hole. Tied at 23. As Evans gets the bucket. Gunnar McConnell calls out the offense for Coach Doug Clemens. Swings it over Will Rowers. Stops, pivots. Finds Lance Parker in the paint. Wouldn't go. Here come the East Henderson Eagles. Euro step. Are they going to count it? McKenzie. Fans are highly upset. They are going to count the bucket. The official wants the East bench to have a seat. They were up hooping and hollering. It'll be Caleb McKenzie at the line for the and 1. The East up 2. They can make it 3, their biggest lead. Foul, by the way, whistled on Gunnar McConnell, his second. Shot no from the charity stripe. Teske. Over to Wilson. Back to Teske. Lance Parker with it. Trying to get position. Going to spin, shoot. Can't get it to go. Fight for the board. It's East coming out with it. Jalen Brewer directing traffic into the front court. Brewer has it now. Driving in, fading. Wouldn't go. There to follow. Up and good. Jaden Evans. Back-to-back buckets for Evans. Panthers trail 27-23. East on a run. 2 minutes left here. We've got a whistle and a foul. Yeah, on East Henderson. Eli Stokes, I believe. Yeah, they're going to call it on Stokes. That'll be his first and just the team's first here in this second quarter. Franklin has 4 fouls. Lance Parker has it. Jack now gets the handoff. Lost control of it. Going to pick it back up. Now attack. Try to get position. Swing it over Will Rowers. Rowers gets fouled. Second on East. Again, no shots here. Unless they say he was in the act of shooting. I guess they will. Okay. Okay, now they're going to say it was on the floor. Attic Sutton looks to get it in. Does to the corner. A 3 off the mark. Here comes Brewer. Stokes 3. Fouled. 3 shots coming up for Eli Stokes. Attic Sutton picks up the foul. 5th on Franklin. 1st on Attic Sutton. Eli Stokes, the senior, for 3 at the charity stripe. They're trying to build on to the biggest lead East Henderson has had in this game. First one up, good. Nothing but net for Eli Stokes. He'll get one more. And he got that one to go, and one more at the stripe. Got them all. Eli Stokes perfect from the free throw line to make it a 30-26 East Henderson lead. Will Rowers lost it from behind. Here come the Eagles. Pass into the corner, a little too tough. That'll be a turnover for the Eagles. Stokes was the man that they were trying to get the ball to. Jack Teske with 70 seconds left. Going to back it out. As Lance Parker tries to hand it off to Teske. Got to find Jackson Wilson. 60 seconds left here in this first half. Parker on the dribble. Drives in. Parker lost it, got it back. Goes back up, got fouled. Lance Parker will be at the line. For a couple of shots. That'll be the 3rd on East, the 2nd on Jaden Evans. First one up and good. Hervey and McConnell check back into the game. Second shot, in and out for Lance Parker. And we've got a whistle and a timeout after the rebound is secured by the East Henderson Eagles. Coach Marquintus Jones and his staff want to talk things over. Have some nifty pants, don't they, there? Like the Harlem Globetrotters. It'll be a 30-second timeout, so we will keep it here. Mentioned the standings a couple of times so far. Here they are. You see there's a bunch of teams at the top of the conference that have 13-12, 13-12, 14 wins. There's going to be a hotly contested battle down the stretch to see who's going to win the Mountain 8 Conference. Panthers have 3 games this week. Here's the schedule. One tonight, tomorrow night, traveling to Andrews. And then they'll travel to Brevard Friday night to take on the Blue Devils. Another Mountain 8 Conference ball game. Coach Marquintus Jones talked it over with his troops after he called timeout. They'll have possession out of the timeout with the East Henderson Eagles, dressed in their black tonight. Green trim. Those are dark numbers, aren't they? Just looking at my monitor. So Panthers pick up some full court press. Jalen Brewer has it into the front court. Brewer lost control. Off to the Panthers. Jack to the hole. Wouldn't go. Out of bounds. They're going to say it's, hold on, they may overrule it here. They're going to talk about it. Great shot there. They're going to overrule? Yes. They talked about it, and I think they got it right. So it's Tisa Teskey with 26.1 seconds left that'll trigger for the Panthers here, trailing 6. And it goes Gunnar McConnell deep in the corner. McConnell going to drive. Now dish. Lance Parker has it. To the hole. Lance Parker off the glass. 4-point edge for East. Brewer feeds a pass into the front court. Now over left side, it's Jones, a 3. Off the mark. Here come the Panthers with 2 seconds. 1 second. Lance Parker short. And that's going to do it. Halftime here at the Panther Den. 30-26, 4-point lead for the East Henderson Eagles after an exciting first half. Looks like we're going to have a half-court shooting contest. These are always fun to watch here. We're going to head in to the halftime break with some highlights, hopefully, of the first half, and then we'll get you set at the beginning of the third quarter in just a few moments. You do not want to tune away. It's going to be an exciting second half. Stay with us on FPSN.
And now let's take a look at the highlights from the first half of action. And now let's take a look at the highlights from the first half of action.
When your land demands the best, you need equipment you can count on. At Kubota Tractors of Franklin, you'll find that quality equipment and the best selection anywhere. Everything from the new Kubota subcompact tractors and the zero-turn mowers, all the way up to heavy construction equipment. Plus, right now, we're offering super low price options and incredible long-term financing on practically all Kubota products in stock. Come see us today at North Carolina's family tractor dealer, Kubota Tractors of Franklin.
Need underbrush cleared? Have a stump that needs grinding? A tree that's become a hazard on your property? Call Carson Tree Service for a free estimate today. Whether it's landscaping or view cuts, he can help. Fully licensed and insured. Call Cheyenne Carson at 828-526-6213. And now let's take a look at the highlights from the first half of action. And now let's take a look at the highlights from the first half of action.
When your land demands the best, you need equipment you can count on. At Kubota Tractors of Franklin, you'll find that quality equipment and the best selection anywhere. Everything from the new Kubota subcompact tractors and the zero-turn mowers, all the way up to heavy construction equipment. Plus, right now, we're offering super low price options and incredible long-term financing on practically all Kubota products in stock. Come see us today at North Carolina's family tractor dealer, Kubota Tractors of Franklin.
Need underbrush cleared? Have a stump that needs grinding? A tree that's become a hazard on your property? Call Carson Tree Service for a free estimate today. Whether it's landscaping or view cuts, he can help. Fully licensed and insured. Call Cheyenne Carson at 828-526-6213.
When your land demands the best, you need equipment you can count on. At Kubota Tractors of Franklin, you'll find that quality equipment and the best selection anywhere. Everything from the new Kubota subcompact tractors and the zero-turn mowers, all the way up to heavy construction equipment. Plus, right now, we're offering super low price options and incredible long-term financing on practically all Kubota products in stock. Come see us today at North Carolina's family tractor dealer, Kubota Tractors of Franklin.
For 75 years, the Panther Pit has stood as an enduring symbol of our community. More than just a football stadium, it has witnessed graduations, folk festivals, senior class days, track meets, youth sports, band performances, and the crowning of many homecoming queens. As for football, it's a place where countless young men forged their character, where small-town rivalries were ignited, where hometown heroes were discovered, at a place where generations of fans found a place to belong on Friday nights. Whether you were on the field, in the band, or watching in the stands, the Pit brings up nostalgic memories for all of us. From its humble beginnings to its present status, the Panther Pit has become an integral part of our community. Its transformation over the last 75 years is rooted in the generosity this community is known for. There are tons of stories to tell, and surely we won't be able to share all of them in our video. But this tribute is meant to capture the Pit's history and stroke great memories for those who have been a part of it. We hope this video will spark conversations about what made the Panther Pit so special, both within our community and beyond. We will explore the history of this beloved venue and document its biggest changes throughout 75 years. Along the way, we hope to highlight the people and selfless dedication that made it a legendary part of our community. This documentary has involved many hours of research. We have scoured the local press archives and conducted numerous interviews with folks that have a first-hand account of the last 75 years. And we found two things that are certain. The Pit has received a ton of work over the last 75 years in terms of the field and playing surface, amenities for fans, and facilities for the players. These changes have been driven by the generosity of our local people. Civic groups and individual fans have given resources, time, and money to change it for the better. There is a ton of excitement about the future Franklin High School campus and the new Panther Pit. But let us first pause and say a proper goodbye to this one. The Final Whistle, celebrating 75 years of history at the Panther Pit. Now streaming on demand on the Franklin Panther Sports Network's YouTube and Facebook pages. Need underbrush cleared? Have a stump that needs grinding? A tree that's become a hazard on your property? Call Carson Tree Service for a free estimate today. Whether it's landscaping or view cuts, he can help. Fully licensed and insured. Call Cheyenne Carson at 828-526-6213. Join FPSN each month during the school year as we spotlight outstanding performances from student athletes with the First Citizens Bank and Corbin Dental Athlete of the Month video feature. It's presented by Corbin Dental, a locally owned dental practice providing comprehensive and advanced dental care in Franklin. With deep local roots and a passion for service, Corbin Dental takes pride in providing world-class care right here at home. And by First Citizens Bank, helping families and businesses make more of their finances for over 125 years. First Citizens Bank, forever first. Member FDIC.
Welcome back inside of the Panther Den. Got about 60 seconds until we'll tip off this third quarter. 30-26, East Henderson on top of the Panthers at the break. It's been a eventful first half of action. Both teams went back and forth early in the game. In the second quarter, East Henderson able to build on to a lead that at one point was 8. Panthers cut it late. Had a chance at the buzzer. Lance Parker couldn't hit. We'll see what adjustments both Coach Jones, Coach Clemens make in the locker room, if any. As both teams are back out, we're just about ready to get this one underway. Glad you're with us on YouTube and Facebook of the Franklin Panther Sports Network. George Young, along with our fantastic FPSN crew, Philip Angel, Joshua, and Spencer, bringing you the sights and sounds of tonight's Mountain 8 Conference battle. Jack Chisateski will get it inbounds for Coach Clemens of the Panthers to begin this third quarter. Gunnar McConnell runs the point. He's going to give it up to Will Rowers. He's going to spin. He's going to kick it out. That one wouldn't go. In the paint. Bring it up slowly. Is Brewer. He'll feed it over to Jones. Zayden Jones on the dribble. Guarded by Gunnar McConnell. Going to feed out beyond the arc. It's Jalen Brewer taking his time. Brewer, free throw line, leans in. Can't get it to go. Rebound, Lance Parker. He's been big on the boards once again. Had 18 against West Henderson in a double-double. Lance kicking. Will Rowers a three. Can't get the roll. Rebound, Eli Stokes. Here comes Stokes. Feeds. Fans wanted a traveling violation as Jaden Evans to the hole off the glass. 32-26. Eagles. Chisateski leans in. He was looking for a call but didn't get one. It's out of bounds to the East Henderson Eagles. Jalen Brewer leisurely bringing it up. He's got to quickly get it across. He's getting close to that 10-second clock. He's going to get it into that front court as Brewer will find Jones. His shot wouldn't go. Offensive rebound out it goes. Jones again to the hole. Wouldn't go. Tip up is good. Third opportunity, Caleb McKenzie gets the bucket to go. And all of a sudden, it's an 8-point lead for East Henderson. Chisateski leaning, kicking. Will Rowers, or check that, Peyton Hervey gives it up. Lance Parker going to get the J to go. Just inside the arc, Lance Parker able to get the Panthers on the board here in the second half. Brewer swings it over to Jones. Jones almost lost control. Driving in, he's going to kick it into the corner. McKenzie, back up top it goes. Jones, he's open, a three. Wouldn't go. Here come the Panthers. Lance Parker with the board. Parker to the hole. Counted in one.
Let's take a look at the highlights from the first half of action.
Foul going to be whistled on Jaden Evans. That's his third. Parker, one shot at the free throw line. And he gets the roll. Here's Lance Parker. I was waiting for a moment because I didn't know if they were going to call an offensive foul. Back to live action. Kicking it into the corner. It's a three. Up and good for McKenzie. Caleb McKenzie, the senior, is deadly from the corner. We saw him in the first half. He hits one to make it a 6-point advantage for East. McConnell pulls up. Shot partially blocked. Here comes Jones. Going to feed to a cutting Jaden Evans. 39-31, back to an 8-point edge for East. McConnell kicking. Will Rowers driving. Lost it. Say last touch by Will. That's a turnover for the Panthers. 39-31. Eagles by 8. Matches their biggest lead so far in the ball game. Jalen Brewer runs the point on this possession for Coach Jones. Swings it over to Jones into the corner now. Left wing, shot three, wouldn't go. Got his own rebound at Eli Stokes. And Stokes gets fouled. He'll be at the line for 2 shots. Lance Parker picks up the foul. Lance Parker picks up the foul. It's his first, and it's the team's first. Second one up and good. Biggest lead at 10 now for East, 41-31. Rowers driving, kicking. Parker. Short. East with the basketball and a 10-point lead. Brewer guarded by McConnell. And a whistle. Timeout. Coach Quintus Jones, East want to talk it over. 3:40 left. East by 10. 30-second timeout, so we will keep it here. Mentioned it a couple of times. Panthers have a big week, 3 games. Tonight, tomorrow night, and Friday night. Non-conference against Andrews tomorrow night, then in conference on Friday night against the Brevard Blue Devils. But tonight, Franklin down 10. Has to claw back into this one. Lost last Monday, did the Panthers, to Smoky Mountain, suffer their first conference loss. Rebound on Friday against West Henderson. Pisgah beat East. Their second loss. McKenzie gives it up. Now it's Jalen Brewer. Guarded by Will Rowers. Brewer driving. Partially, well, was that a pass or a block shot? Either way, we got a foul coming up on Franklin, and it's going to send Caleb McKenzie to the line for 2 shots. Look at that one, too. Tisateski. Yeah. But Jack Tisateski going to pick up the foul. That'll be his first. Second on Franklin. 2 shots. First one good for Caleb McKenzie. Second one up and good. Tisateski holds it high, looks to pass Gunnar McConnell. McConnell. Now Lance Parker. Spinning. Rowers in good position. Finds Hervey deep. Back out, Gunnar McConnell. 3, up and good. Will Rowers. to get the bucket secured. Here's the replay. Rowers was open, and he hits. The net was all tangled up there. That was the whistle. That was a big three for the Panthers to cut it under double digits. 9-point lead for East Henderson, 2:47 left. Baker driving. Couldn't get the roll. Parker with a rebound. Goes to the floor. East wanted a traveling violation. Will Rowers gives it up to Hervey. Hervey can't get it to go. Here comes Brewer. Now Baker going to back it out. Approaching 2 minutes left, third quarter. Brewer tiptoeing, kicking. It's a three. Off the mark. We've got a lot of hollering. There's a fan right above me that is going crazy, and they're going to whistle a foul on East Henderson. Oh, yeah, they're upset. Caleb McKenzie shoved Lance Parker from behind. He will pick up the foul. That'll be his first. That was definitely a foul. The second on East Henderson here in the third quarter. Gunnar McConnell finds Jack Tisateski. Thought about it. Glove coverage defensively by Jones. A three. Up and good! Rowers back-to-back threes. That was a deep one, too. Rattles home for Will Rowers. 43-37 as Brewer drives in. Got the bucket to go. Bodies hitting the deck. Fans for Franklin wanted a foul, or an offensive foul. Like bowling pins hitting the deck. A three wouldn't go. Battle for the rebound. Will Rowers comes out with it. And it's knocked around and out of bounds off of East Henderson. Tisateski will trigger. 74 seconds left in the third. Tisateski holds it high. A high pass into the backcourt. Rowers will track it down. Will. High pass over to McConnell. McConnell pulls up. Can't get it. Fight for it. Caleb McKenzie comes out with a rebound. Now Baker going to slow it down for Coach Marquinnis Jones in the East. It's over to Jalen Brewer with 50 seconds left. Brewer guarded by Rowers. And a touch foul whistled on Will Rowers. The first on Rowers, third on the Panthers. No shots. Baker with it. Open three. Can't leave him open, Eli Stokes. My, oh my. Got to get a hand in his face. He's deadly. Back to live action. Tisateski tries to answer, and it's going to hit the rafters. I like to call them the bars above the backboard, and they'll whistle it dead back over to East. 14 seconds left. Jalen Brewer. Almost that timeline. 4 seconds left. Brewer at the buzzer. Fourth quarter coming up. After the three by Jalen Brewer, the dagger. And East has their biggest lead as we head to the fourth quarter. Stay with us.
Need underbrush cleared? Have a stump that needs grinding? A tree that's become a hazard on your property? Call Carson Tree Service for a free estimate today. Whether it's landscaping or view cuts, he can help. Fully licensed and insured. Call Cheyenne Carson at 828-526-6213.
8 minutes left in this one. East Henderson built onto that halftime lead. 51-37 now. $14-point edge. They'll have possession between the quarters. It'll be Baker. And we'll have it first. Baker finds Brewer. Brewer is into the backcourt. Yeah, that's a backcourt violation. He touched it first. Rowers. Driving, spinning. Rowers gets fouled. 2 shots upcoming for Will. First one rattles in. Foul on Talik Baker. That'll be his 3rd for East. First this half, or check that, this quarter for East Henderson. Brower's second shot. And he couldn't hit. There to grab the rebound is Hervey. Going to kick it out. Jack Teteski hits the 3. Jack makes it a 10-point advantage for East Henderson. During the replay, we had a steal, but it was out of bounds off of a Panther. The East will have possession. Panthers ratcheting up that defensive pressure. They'll break it. Jones into the front court. Alley-oop. A whistle, a foul on Teteski. We'll see what happened here. I got a little bit of the arm, I guess. Foul on Teteski, his second, team's first. So shots at the line for Caleb McKenzie. First one up and good. One more at the stripe for McKenzie. Back to a 11-point advantage. Biggest 16 at 1 point for East. Now 12-point lead for East. Hunter McConnell running the point. On Rowers spinning, getting position. Shot blocked. Baker. Panthers get it back. It's Lance Parker. They didn't give up on it. Parker with a bucket. East Henderson tries to answer. Corner 3. Stokes wouldn't go. East grabs the board. And jamming it home is Caleb McKenzie. He's got some hops. 6'3" comes into tonight on the official Max Preps roster. Able to jam that one home. McConnell driving. Gunnar McConnell gets the roll off the glass. 10-point edge. East Henderson. Now Panthers picking it up in the backcourt. Almost caused a turnover, did Gunnar McConnell. It'll be Zayden Jones to trigger. Gets it into Jalen Brewer. Brewer fires a pass over the head of Jones, out of bounds. We get back to action. A 3 wouldn't go, a quick 3, and now Will Rowers steals it at midcourt, and a foul coming up on Zayden Jones. Watch this. Whoop. Second on East. First on Jones. To the hole. Lance Parker couldn't get it to go, but he'll be at the line. Almost went home. Third on East. That one's going against Caleb McKenzie, his second. 2 shots at the stripe for Lance Parker. First one, short. He'll get one more. Second one up and good. 9-point lead for East Henderson, and Panthers will definitely ratchet up the pressure now. High pass over the head and out of bounds. Brewer turns it over, trying to find Zayden Jones. Panthers trying to push it up court as East Henderson getting back defensively. It's knocked out of bounds. Teske will get it in now underneath his own bucket. Inbounds pass. Gunnar McConnell gets fouled, and he'll be at the line for a couple of free throws. Foul going against Zayden Jones, his second. That's the 4th on East. That's big. Only 1 foul committed against the Panthers in this 4th quarter. Gunnar McConnell gets the roll on the first. He'll get one more. Jaden Evans, who had a big second quarter, or third quarter that is back into the game. Coach Marquettis Jones at East, second shot up and good. East calls timeout. No, it's going to be Doug Clemens that'll call timeout. Franklin wants to talk it over. It's going to be a 30-second timeout, it looks like. Yeah, it's going to be a 30-second. No, now a full timeout. So we'll take a quick break as well with 5:52 left in the 4th quarter. Stay with us.
When your land demands the best, you need equipment you can count on. At Kubota Tractors of Franklin, you'll find that quality equipment and the best selection anywhere. Everything from the new Kubota subcompact tractors and the zero-turn mowers, all the way up to heavy construction equipment. Plus, right now, we're offering super low price options and incredible long-term financing on practically all Kubota products in stock. Come see us today at North Carolina's family tractor dealer, Kubota Tractors of Franklin.
Coach Flemons talks things over. Franklin at one point trailed by 16. Now trail just 7. Brewer into the front court. Stokes thought about it, going to drive in, left a teardrop. Parker holds it high. Teske now going to swing it over. Rowers, Lance Parker underneath. Hervey knocked away from him. He causes the turnover. Baker into the front court. 5:20 left. McKenzie going to swing it over to Stokes, driving in. Stokes! Quick is Eli Stokes. All of a sudden, 4 quick points. And East back up 11. Gunnar McConnell can't get it to go. Stokes thought about it. Going to back it out. East draining some clock now. It's McKenzie. More clock drain, and a bump up top. So, a couple of quick buckets out of that timeout. And Coach Doug Clemens called. All of a sudden, East up by 11. To the hole. Nifty move. Baker gets the bucket. 61-48. Tisateski, 3. Can't get the roll. Stokes into the front court. Baker. That one wouldn't go. They're going to whistle a blocking foul as Jaden Evans drove in. Blocking foul on Rowers. It's going to be his second. Third on Franklin here in the quarter. 2 shots for Jaden Evans. Perspiration on the floor. Can't hit the first. Evans will have one more. And he hits the second. It's McConnell. Over to Tisateski. Has some quick buckets if you can. That's an air ball. A whistle, a foul on the rebound. What happened? An inadvertent whistle. Well, they are going to whistle a foul on East. Okay. 2 shots upcoming. That's the 5th on East. Gunnar McConnell going to attempt the free throws. They give that one to Caleb McKenzie. 3rd on McKenzie. McConnell could cut it to a 12-point lead if he can hit both. Does the first. He'll get one more here. Busy week. 3 ball games. 1 tomorrow night for the Panthers, and then Friday night. Last non-conference game is tomorrow night. Second shot rolls off. At this point in the game, you have got to have every bucket that you can find, including free throw shots. If you're the Panthers and want to climb back into this one. They cut it to 7 at one point. With an East like a machine. And 1. Back to the line is Caleb McKenzie, and that may have sealed the deal for the East Henderson Eagles. I know there's still 3 minutes and 8 seconds left, but it's a 15-point edge right now and could make it back to a 16-point lead, their biggest of the night, if he can hit that and 1 situation. And we'll have to wait. Timeout on the floor, full timeout for the Panthers, and we'll take one as well. Stay with us.
When your land demands the best, you need equipment you can count on. At Kubota Tractors of Franklin, you'll find that quality equipment and the best selection anywhere. Everything from the new Kubota subcompact tractors and the zero-turn mowers, all the way up to heavy construction equipment. Plus, right now, we're offering super low price options and incredible long-term financing on practically all Kubota products in stock. Come see us today at North Carolina's family tractor dealer, Kubota Tractors of Franklin.
Free throw opportunity out of the break. It's up and good. Everything going for the East Henderson Eagles. Now a 16-point lead. Rowers, air ball from downtown. Eli Stokes bring it up across that timeline. Drain some clock now. McKenzie moves it up. Over to Evans. Pass intercepted. Will Rowers to the hole. Blocked. Free throw line. Wouldn't go for Lance Parker. Bucket's just not going for the Panthers. Stokes wouldn't go from downtown. Offensive board, and they'll drain more clock. Baker with it over to Stokes. Stokes going to dish. Jaden Evans. 67-49. Lance Parker leans into that one, wouldn't go. And then he gets a foul called against him. That'll be the 5th on Franklin, so we'll head to the other end and have some free throw opportunities. A minute 55 in Franklin. If this score holds, we'll stare down the barrel of their worst defeat of the season when you come to point differential. Unless something can change here in the next minute and 55 seconds. One more at the stripe for Jaden Evans. And he gets it to go. McConnell over to Will Rowers. Rowers into Attic Sutton. Out to Tisateski. A 3. Got it. Jack Tisateski. Down court. That one wouldn't go. Offensive rebound, shot block. Another opportunity, and we've got a foul going against Lance Parker and some shots for Jaden Evans. Was it Hervey? Okay, they give it to Hervey. That'll be his 3rd. First one's up and good. 69-52. And the second one up and good, and even 70 now for the East Henderson Eagles. 18-point advantage, their biggest lead of the night. Rowers 3. Wouldn't go. Rebound, Hervey. He goes up and gets the bucket to go. Back to a 16-point lead. Panthers try to grab the inbounds pass. 60 seconds left. Jaden Evans with another bucket. 72-54. It's just a matter of what the margin of defeat will be for the Panthers at this point. And the East Henderson Eagles will get a humongous road win. Pick up their 14th of the season, and the Panthers will drop to 13-4 after the conclusion of this one. We got a whistle and another foul. Yeah. That's going to send Eli Stokes, the senior, to the line for 2 shots at the charity stripe. Foul on Tisateski is 3rd. First one up and good for Eli Stokes. Jackson Wilson going to check in for Coach Plemons. Second shot good for Stokes. 20-point lead, East biggest of the night. And this will be the largest margin of defeat for the entire season for the Panthers, and their 4th loss. Won't go. 12 seconds. See if they just dribble it out. Into the backcourt. At the buzzer, Hervey. And it's a final here at the Panther Den. Big road win for Coach Marquinnis Jones and the East Henderson Eagles. Franklin falls 74-56 at the hands of the Eagles, and they get revenge. The loss back in December after 2 consecutive years of winning the conference and going undefeated in conference play. East lost on the 12th, and they had this game circled. You could definitely tell it. Very prepared, very well coached, and executed to perfection. Franklin loses by 18 tonight, 74-56, and they suffer their first loss at home this season. Busy week upcoming. Mentioned it a couple of times. Panthers on the road against Andrews tomorrow night, and then they'll travel to Brevard on Friday night for another conference showdown. Lady Panthers win the opener. Boys lose 74-56 in the game that you just saw. Thanks to our fantastic FPSN crew, Philip Angel, Joshua Chastain, and Spencer Lee, bringing you the sights and sounds. For all involved, I'm George Young. Till next time, so long, everybody.